Hey Mom, are you up already? I just wanted to say that I really wish that you and Dad would stop fighting all the time. Did you know that Ginny had to come into my room and sleep in my bed because she was so upset?
Oh no. Did you hear us talking last night? I'm so sorry about that, Sarah. I guess we just got a little more loud than we thought. We didn't mean to wake either of you.
Well, I know that you two have been trying to hide it for a while now. But I know for several nights now you and Dad have been fighting non-stop.
Well, I won't lie to you. You're not wrong about that.
At least I feel like I can handle it, but I feel so bad for Ginny. She's just so young and she doesn't understand, and she was crying all night.
I know that it's really hard on you two, but I'm just afraid that there's nothing to really be done about it. Although, since you're in high school, I'm sure that you have a much better idea about what's actually going on than your sister does. But I just think you should know that I'm thinking of leaving your father.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that things were heading that direction.
I really am sorry that you've had to deal with us fighting so much, though. We really did try to make this work. I didn't think we'd end up here.
Well, if it's really what you want to do now, then I don't suppose there's any point in fighting it. But I just wonder about what's going to happen to us.
Well, what would you like to happen? I mean, do you have a preference for who you'd rather live with?
I'm sorry, Mom. I don't think that I can answer that right now. I need more time to think on it.
Of course, dear. Well, I'll talk to your father about this, and in the meantime, you should really think about what I asked you. After all, you're going to be starting college soon, and a lot more is going to be changing for you. So maybe it would just be easier if I took Ginny and left.
Hold on a second. You mean that I wouldn't be living with my own sister? I would only be living with Dad, and you would take Ginny and just go? That's not what I want to happen at all!
Oh, I know that it's tough right now, but you need to remember that your sister is only 9 years old. I really think she still needs her mother. But you're much older and more mature, so I think that it would be okay if you stayed with your father, don't you?
I don't know. It's just... Well, I'm not really sure about that.
And just what part of this aren't you sure about, dear?
Well, it's just that... Are you really sure that you're going to be able to take care of Ginny all by yourself?
And just what is that supposed to mean, Sarah?
I'm just saying that you've always been a housewife and you've never had a job. So what's going to happen when Ginny grows up? What if she wants to go to college? How are you going to save up for her? At least Dad has more means.
Are you trying to make me feel bad for this? You really don't think that I'll be able to take care of one measly little girl?
I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anything like that at all, I promise. It's just that she's my little sister, and I want to make sure that she's taken care of well. I mean, at least if we were together, it wouldn't just be one parent. I could watch Ginny too.
You know, your father said the exact same thing to me. But I am not going to just stand here and take an insult like that. If you think that I'm going to hand over Ginny, you're wrong. She's my daughter, and no one else is going to have her. I am going to raise her, got it?
But aren't you worried about what effect that might actually have on her? I just don't actually know if you have the means to be able to raise a child on your own. I know that you love Ginny, but I do too, and that's why I'm saying this.
And just what would a high school girl like you know about working or raising a kid, huh? You think you know better than me?
I'm not saying that I know better than you. I know that I'm just in high school. But I'm not just worried for Ginny. I'm saying all of this for your sake as well.
I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to kick me out of the family. You don't want me to have anyone left, do you? Well, that's just all the more reason to not let you lay a finger on Ginny. I'll raise her to be a much better daughter than you. You'll see.
Mom, please. I know that you're under a lot of stress right now, but we need to think about this calmly. Besides, it's not like being divorced means that you won't ever see any of us again. Please, I really think that we need to be putting Ginny first.
You keep saying that we should be doing this all for Ginny, but I think that you just want her for yourself. I'm not being the selfish one. You are. How dare you try and steal my own daughter away from me? If you really loved her, you wouldn't try and take her away from me. A girl needs her mother at this age, so you don't dare try and ruin my family anymore.
I get that you love Ginny, but I think that you're letting your emotions blind you. How about we just ask Ginny what she would prefer? Would that be okay?
Well, of course we can do that. And if Ginny said that she would want to go with her father, then that would be just fine. Anyways, I was going to tell Ginny about the divorce tonight and see what she thinks.
Mom, if you want to divorce Dad, then that is between you and him. But I think that you need to be very careful with how you deal with Ginny. I mean, you know how sensitive she can be. And I just know she's going to be crushed when she hears about the divorce.
I know that. I am her mother, after all. And of course she should be sad. This is a sad thing. You're the one who's being way too calm about all of this. Don't you realize that this is your family that we're talking about here, too?
I get that, but things have been going downhill for a while, and I knew this was coming. So I guess I just had a bit more time to prepare for this is all. Besides, I'm not a little kid anymore.
Oh yeah, of course. You're such a mature adult still in high school, aren't you? You really are just like your father.
Hey, Mom, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I was cleaning around the house and I think I found your ring. You told me that you'd been looking for this for a while, right?
You mean the one that's from your grandma? Is that the ring that you're talking about?
I don't really know about that, but I think it's a ruby on the ring. Either way, the rock on the ring is red, and I remember you saying that you were looking for that.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one I've been looking for all over. So you just found it cleaning around the house? I must have dropped it somewhere, but thank you so much for finding it.
Well, if you want, I can go ahead and send it to you. But if you're worried about it getting damaged, I can just hand deliver it.
No, I don't think that there's any need for you to go and do that. Besides, I'd be at home with my new husband, so better for you not to come.
Hold on a second, you're with your new husband? You're already remarried? But you and Dad have only been divorced for like 6 months.
Don't go and get your panties in a twist. I'll have you know that I wasn't dating this guy until after your father and I were apart.
That's not really the part that I'm worried about with this, Mom.
Well, anyways, I just know that my new husband would be really mad at me if he knew my eldest daughter had visited here. So don't think that you're ever going to meet him because he's not interested. Go ahead and just mail the ring. Don't bring it over.
Right. Okay. I guess I can do that. Is Ginny okay then?
What do you mean? Why are you asking about her all of a sudden?
Well, it's just that I'm worried about her, and I just want to make sure that she's adjusting to everything okay. After all, it's just you two living with each other now. And since you have a new husband, I just hope that she's doing okay.
There's nothing to be worried about at all, Sarah. If you must know, Ginny and my new husband Brent get along just fine. He's practically like a father to her already.
Well, I certainly hope that's the case. But this is just all a little unexpected. I guess Ginny's grown up a lot in these past 6 months, huh?
Exactly. So it's like I said, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to your little sister. The three of us are doing just fine. You may even be surprised to hear that we're not even having any money troubles, so there.
Well, I guess that's all really good news then. I am happy and surprised to hear all of that. And congratulations on your wedding, Mom. I hope that you and Brent are happy. I'm glad that it sounds like he and Jenny get along so well.
If anything, I'm the one that's worried about you. After all, with you and your dads having the personalities that you do, well, has the house burned down yet?
I really don't think things are going to get that bad for us. But things are pretty normal for us here. Nothing too crazy going on.
Is your dad taking care of you? Are you leaving the house to do fun things at least?
I mean, he and I will go shopping for groceries and stuff like that. But no, we haven't actually gone out and done anything like an amusement park or anything.
I knew it. It's just as I feared. That's why I couldn't stand to leave Ginny there. She would have been bored out of her mind. But at least here she has every form of entertainment that you can think of.
Sarah? Are you there? Please, answer me. I'm so hungry.
Oh my gosh, Ginny! It's been so long! And if you're hungry, then why don't you go and get yourself something to eat, silly?
I haven't eaten in a long time. I'm starving, Sarah.
Hey, Ginny, hold on a second. You're starting to worry me here. Hasn't Mom been making you anything to eat? Ask her to feed you.
I can't do that. She isn't even at home. Mom hasn't been home in a long time.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean by that? why isn't Mom at home? Are you at home right now? Are you there with anyone at all?
I'm not at home, but I was told that this isn't my home.
What do you mean? Who told you that? Who would say that to you?
It's my new dad, Brent. He told me that I'm not allowed to be at home anymore.
But then, Ginny, where are you right now if you're not at home?
I'm in the shed. I'm in the shed behind the house in the lawn.
I don't believe this. Is this some kind of joke? Am I being punked right now or something?
It's not a joke, Sarah. I'm really in the shed, and I'm so hungry.
Well, what about Mom? Where is she right now? Why isn't she helping you out?
Because Mom told me that I have to do every little thing that Brent tells me to do. So I don't want to ask for help since he put me out here.
Hold on, is Mom even there? Why isn't she taking care of you? Where is Mom right now?
She's with Brent, and they're both out traveling right now.
Wait just a second. You're telling me that our Mom and Brent are out traveling right now? And that they've left you out in the shed in the yard and that you're there all alone?
That's right. Brent said that I wasn't allowed in the house because I'm a bad girl.
I don't know what to say at all. This is just horrible. What in the world is Mom thinking? And you haven't eaten a meal in a long time? Is that what you're telling me?
The last time that I ate was a couple of days ago.
And what about at school? Are you at least getting fed meals by the school?
I haven't been going to school. Everyone says that I'm smelly there anyways, so I decided that I don't want to go to school anymore.
What do you mean? Why in the world are the kids there saying that you're stinky?
It's because I haven't had a bath in forever. I stink, and I know it. But so does everyone else, and they always tell me.
Wait, what? Ginny, oh my goodness, I had no idea at all. That's just horrible.
Brent told me that he wasn't going to waste having to pay more for water just so that I could take a bath.
What kind of sicko is this guy? Who doesn't let a child take a bath?
Please, Sarah, you have to believe me. I'm not really a bad girl. It's not true at all.
I know that it's not true, sis. You're a good girl, and I've really missed you. You just wait right there. I'm gonna go and pick you up and put an end to all of this. We're going to get you cleaned up and fed, and everything is going to be okay, all right?
I want to go back home. I want to be with you and Dad. I hate this place. It's so horrible.
I know, it sounds just terrible, but don't worry. We're going to get you out of there. I still don't understand why you even ended up going with Mom. After all, I thought that you told Mom you wanted to go with me.
I did. I told her that. I said that I wanted to be with Sarah when she asked who I wanted to be with.
So then, you didn't tell Mom that you wanted to go and live with her, is that right?
That's right, and I still want to live with you and Dad. I told that to Mom again, and she got really mad. And that's why Brett said that I was a bad girl.
So then you wanted to come and live with Dad and I from the very start. I don't believe this. How could she lie like that? Well, you just wait right there. I'm going to pick you up and get you out of there, and you'll finally be coming home.
Hey, Ginny? Where the heck did you go, huh? I thought we told you to wait at the house until we got back. You knew that we were getting back today, didn't you? Do you want to spend even more time in the shed?
If you're looking for Jenny, you should know that she's in the hospital right now. But please, do go on about the shed, Mom.
Wait a second. Is this Ginny?
No, it isn't. It's your other daughter, Zara.
Wait, what? Why in the world are you texting me from Ginny's number? What the heck is going on here? This is Ginny's number, isn't it?
Yes, it is Jenny's number. And if you want to know how I'm texting you from it, it's because I'm here with her right now. And you have put my poor little sister through hell. Do you know that? How could you do this to your own daughter? You left her outside and told her to sleep in the shed until you and your husband got back from a trip. You lied to me and told me that you were taking good care of her.
Just tell me where my daughter is. Where did you take her? Give her back to me right now.
You really think that I'd ever give her back to you? I'm going to protect her from you. You're never getting her back.
I'm your mother, and I demand that you return her to me right now. She is just a child. You can't just kidnap her.
You're right, she is just a kid, and that's why I'm stepping in as an adult to help her now. I've already told Dad, and he rushed his way back here.
Hold on a second. You mean that you told your father about what was happening with Ginny?
Of course I told Dad what was going on, Mom, and when he saw the state that she was in, he was almost in tears. Were you making her live like this for the entire 6 months? We're going to report all of this to Child Protective Services.
Hold on a second. We don't need to go and get any kind of authorities involved here. Let's not get carried away here.
You do realize what you did to Ginny is a crime, don't you? And that's to say nothing of all the bruises that were on her body. What did you do to my sister? Why would you treat her this way?
I have no idea what you're talking about. She's still just a little girl. She probably just fell over while playing or something.
No, I think she got these bruises from some cruel monster hitting her. And the doctors at the hospital seem to agree as well. So you better believe that we're going to get CPS involved. I'm surprised that you haven't heard anything from them yet.
But I mean... Look, you can't just do this to me. Give me my daughter back right now.
I told you that it's not going to happen. In fact, Ginny told me that when you and Dad split up, that she told you she wanted to go with Dad and I. You lied to me and said that you would ask her where she wanted to go. And you lied to her by telling her that she had a choice. Well, Dad and I are going to rescue her from you. You're not raising her for another day.
How dare you talk to your own mother this way? Just who do you think you are, huh? What gives you the right to act this way?
You're no mother of mine. Here I thought that Ginny would at least be safe with you, but I shouldn't have even trusted you that far. You only did this to save your own pride. You couldn't stand the fact that Dad could provide for us, and that you couldn't, and you ended up hurting Ginny.
I knew that you were going to be trouble. The moment that I started to sense more of your dad than I did myself, I knew that you were going to be nothing but trouble.
I am glad that I'm more like Dad. At least he would never abuse his children like this, all to protect his fragile ego. He's nothing like you, and that's a good thing. I just hope that you're ready to face the full consequences of what you've done here. After finding out the horrible treatment that my mom and her new husband had been showing Ginny, I knew that we had to get her out of that house somehow. My dad came straight from work to get me and take me to Mom's house to save Ginny. When Ginny was finally able to leave the hospital, she told the police all about the horrible things that she'd been put through. It was more than enough to convince a jury that my mom and Brent needed to be put away for a long time. They were forced to pay a huge fine, which we used to move to a new city where the two of them could never find us, even if they did get let out. Ginny is seeing a therapist, but I think being at home with Dad and I is doing wonders for her. She's slowly starting to return to her old self. I made the mistake once to let Ginny be taken by someone else, but I am not ever going to let anything like that happen to my little sister again. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.